Hello and welcome to Backpaddock. Today I'm going to customize my master database so that I only see what I need in all of my drop-downs. So I'm going to open up the Advisor and Manager program. I'm going to click File in the top left toolbar so that the Open Master Database icon becomes colored. You can also open the master database from within a client file by clicking on the top toolbar there. So now that I'm in, I'm going to untick this hide excluded items for a second so that you can see what I've got. Now, the first thing is whenever you want to customize your master database, it's probably going to be a lot faster to start with a bulk exclude and then just include the things that you want to. Because if you're like anybody that I've worked with, you might use 10, 20, 30 different products on farm. And there are hundreds and thousands in the master database. So let's start with crops. Expand crops on the left-hand side, and you can see here I've only got a handful of different crop categories. But if I look at broadleaf here, what I might do is I might look at this list and say, yeah, there's plenty here that I don't use, plenty here that I do use. And the way that we read this is the exclude column here. Anything ticked is stuff we don't see in our program. Anything unticked we do see in our program. So fastest method, like I said, exclude everything. I'm going to click on exclude all items in table. Now, before you do this, there is no back button. So just make sure that you are actually wanting to do this before you go ahead. So we're going to exclude all items in table, click on yes. And then we're going to untick the things we do want. So I want to use a canola, I want to use lupins, cotton, what else we got down here? Lupin seeds, for example. So then if I expand broadleaf on the left-hand side, I want to click on canola, for example. That's one of the ones that I included. And then I want to do the same thing down the tree. So now we're looking at canola varieties. I want to exclude all items in table, confirm, and then untick the ones that I do want to have available in my product. You can just continue to repeat that for all of the other crops and varieties that you have selected to make sure that you only see what you do need in your product. Next on is fertilizers. Now this one is a bit simpler in some ways because we've got vendor first. So if we click the name fertilizers, we have vendor. If I exclude all items in table, I can just untick the vendors that I want to see in my product. So it might be Impact, it might be Intertech, it might be a generic one. Let's say you want to have your own products in here. We can add a new record in the top toolbar there and just call this one Your Blends. And just click off to save that change. So now we've only got a couple of different vendors that I want to see in my product. If I expand fertilizers on the left-hand side, I then click on those. So one of them was Impact. And we use the same approach as everything else. We exclude all items in table, confirm, and then untick the dozen products that we might want to see in our program. If we navigate down to where I've just added that blend, Your Blends on the left-hand side, this is where you could add in your custom blends that you create or that you receive. Apologize for the spelling. Add in your price per ton, your default rates. Now these sorts of things are all time savers. Enter it once now and you don't have to enter it again, and any of the breakdown information that you have. Click off to save. Chemicals, we click on the word chemicals. Now this is a little bit different. We have multiple layers here. So if you click on the word chemicals, first of all you see this table here, and you can see these exclude buttons here. So at the moment I can see all of these different chemical classifications in my drop-down product. Apart from nematicide, if I click on molluscicide, well, that one, I'm also excluding that. Now, the next step is, though, we've got chemicals, dressings, and adjuvants. Now, this is the opposite. So what this is saying is that I can see in my chemicals drop-downs in my program, I can see insecticides, fungicide, insecticides, herbicides, and miscellaneous. In dressings, I can only see inoculants, and in adjuvants, I can only see adjuvants. So if you're not seeing what you want to see in your program, this is something you might need to check first. These are excluding on the left-hand side, and these are choosing which drop-down box we want to see each of these classifications in. Next thing, of course, on the left, if we look at adjuvants, we can apply the same thing. We can exclude all items in table and then untick the adjuvants or the herbicides or the fungicides that we want to see in our product. We've also got operations. We can exclude all, untick the ones we want to see. Production values, and any livestock options if you do use that part of the program. Once you're finished, you just need to close the master database and it's going to complete a sync. So this would mean that this information is being sent up to Cornerpost so that the next time you opened your mobile app and clicked on Retrieve Master Data from the home screen, main menu in the top right, Retrieve Master Data, that information, that reduced information would be available to you. Now this information will be instantly available in the Advisor or Manager product. You don't need to click anything else. The changes you've made will be visible in there. I hope you found this helpful. Have a great day.